What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Culture 3 the Culture 316 podcast. I'm one of your hosts and producers, Jordan Nahisi.
Bossy was your co-host, Mo. How's everybody?
And we're joined by a very special guest, my guy. I want you to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are.
The one and only Jared, aka King's Promise, aka I should have entrance music. I don't know why y'all were not ready, but we'll make it work.
Next time we will. This is actually, for those of you who are not aware, this is actually the first episode of Culture Connections. This is something that actually Mo put together. Mo, if you wanted to dive into it a little bit and explain what this is.
Oh yeah,
let
so
the people know what Culture Connections is.
totally. So I love interacting with y'all. I interact with y'all on Twitter. We, try getting things going through the spaces and all that stuff. And I just love your guys' take. I love interacting with y'all. Like me and Jordan be in the spaces is cracking up, or like we just be like diving into like all these theories with you guys. And I just thought it'd be a really great idea to just kind of like give you guys a platform to like express yourselves. Like we're all wrestling fans with a bunch of opinions. That's like what brought us here. So I just thought, again, it'd be kind of fire if we could just give you guys a spotlight. And, with Culture Connections, what we plan on doing is that it's not only reviewing pay-per-views or doing predictions, but, like, I want you guys to just, like, bring up a topic that you guys just been, like, feasting on. You know what I mean? Like, a topic that's, like, been getting you hot and bothered that you just want to bring to the forefront and just voice it, So if you have any topic of any sorts, like, bring it to us. Bring it to the show. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and we can have like a nice little discourse,
I'm still stuck on hot and bothered.
Yes, because sometimes y'all be hot and bothered about something, anything.
About something.
Y'all was mad last night about Sheeta winning. Like,
that's a fact.
My Twitter has been on fire with that ever since.
Honestly, the moment that somebody in the Twitter space called Nikita Lyons MAGA the Stallion, I knew that we had to start having fans on here.
Word.
So,
or you call what you call that little thick boy? The little thick boy on NXT the other day.
Cicera.
We're not talking about Quincy?
No, we're talking about Gable Stevenson. I called him Thick Angle.
No. Thick Angle.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were talking about Cicera. My bad.
I'm weak.
Or Nigga Angle. We had two different names.
We had the inclusive version and just the black version of Gable Stevenson. But
that man's last name is Stevenson. You was adding a whole extra letter.
I added a whole.
That's how irrelevant he is to everyone.
The way that Jamaicans be pronouncing vegetable and comfortable is the way that I pronounce Stevenson. But
vegetable goes crazy.
And comfortable. But if you're on Apple, Spotify podcast, be sure to rate the show 5 stars. Also, be sure to subscribe and follow the pod. If you're on YouTube or anywhere where you can audibly or visibly see this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're not even going to waste any more time, and we're going to get right into our show for today. So first things first, Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch, it seems like is no longer on the card for SummerSlam. It's been pulled for SummerSlam, and it will be taking place on the August 14th edition of Raw, which will emanate from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Reports are suggesting that the move was made because Stratus and Becky were both nursing injuries. Other reports are saying that it was a timing issue with the matches and they weren't satisfied. So then, that was pulled. I just kind of want to know what you guys' take is on this entire scenario or this entire thing with Trish and Becky as far as their match being pulled from SummerSlam.
Hot garbage. This is like the longest told story that's happening right now since right before WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And you're going to pull it last minute because injury, but both of them seem fine to me. Are we talking about Trish's messed up nose or Becky's messed up weave? I don't think that counts as an injury. I think that's just life at this point. And I feel like they have really earned the time on the card. I was reading something earlier that was like they would not do like The Rock or Stone Cold like that as a Hall of Famer. They wouldn't pull their match and put on a random Raw just because Slim Jim decided to front them a little cash for a battle royal. But that is just where I'm at on that.
Mo, how do you feel?
I'm honestly shocked because like Trish is like a golden girl. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Trish and Becky did such a good job with the Saudi show and stuff like that. Like a lot of people was not expecting that match to eat the way that it did, but
Mm,
it served. And I just feel like for SummerSlam, like they always make it a thing to bring like a legend back. You know, that is
mm,
just kind of part of the theme to just like a treat of some sort. So it kind of feels odd that again, with how of a high regard they hold Trish to be, they just kind of decided, oh, we're just gonna throw this on like Monday, like it's whatever. You know what I mean?
mm.
I'm not sure if that's a reflection of like what backstage feels about the segment and how it's like taken to the crowd or something. But to me, I think it's a little bit offensive. Just because it's Trish for crying out loud. Like you deemed her to be like the top of your division, the biggest inspiration, this trailblazer, blah blah blah, and like you're putting her on Monday. Like, can you imagine that being done to like John Cena or something?
Well, they
Oh
had to
man.
remind her that she is still a woman, and they were like, girl, let me just take you a flashback to when you was here full time the last time. You take your little 2-3 minutes, and you make it work.
Literally, and that's the problem. Like, it does feel like we're slowly kind of going backwards here, and I can't imagine Trish or Becky being okay with this. Even with the
Well,
injury, I mean,
they've been tweeting, Instagram and stuff all day about people, or like what do you call it when you share somebody's Instagram story? Whatever. I'm old. They are reposting other people being like, "Hey, this is not cool that
it's
you
not.
snatched our spot."
Yeah, like you're setting them back, and it's just like
Mm.
for what? Like, what exactly was so important on this card that you couldn't at least like swap that out or cut that down to make time for Becky and Trish? Like to me, the injury thing is full of shit because hell, Becky wrestled pregnant. Okay, I don't hear none of it. Okay,
Bruce
I don't
hooked
want to
all up
hear
in
none of
there.
this. I don't care what injury she has. If you can wrestle for WrestleMania pregnant, there's no reason why you can't pull up for Trish for
That
SummerSlam.
that Slim Jim check bumped them right out of there.
Slim Jim check is nuts.
They tweeted earlier. WWE tweeted earlier that the Slim Jim partnership was like their biggest partnership ever
So good.
for a battle royal that has zero implications. But let me hold that until we get
Literally.
to it. let
Yeah,
me hold
no,
that until we get to
that's
it.
very well. What did you think, Jordan?
So, like you said, one of the biggest things is that the way that, and this is not based off of my personal opinion, but based off of the way that WWE portrays Trish Stratus, she is the Michael Jordan of women's wrestling, right? And when you have someone of that stature coming back, even if it's for one match, in my opinion, you make it work. And also, I think that you keeping Trish and Charlotte when shows as long as the Passion of the Christ, but you kicking off Becky and Trish, and a reporter suggesting that it's due to timing, I think is just a little bit weird and a little bit sus, and it kind of reaffirms Becky's plight against Charlotte as far as her being heavily favored, because y'all did not keep the same energy for the Trish Charlotte match. And if we're being very very honest, the story that Becky and Trish are telling is a much more engaging story than the one that Trish and Charlotte had. Between the match at Saudi and the way that it kind of ended, that was a big plot twist with Zoe Stark coming out as a surprise affiliate of Trish Stratus. Um, and now here we are. I just feel like the story is so well told and it's so well developed that you not putting it on SummerSlam is just a disservice to the women's division, because we need storylines that may not have a championship involved, but they have major implications. So I think that's a big part of it, and because of that, I'm not necessarily in agreement with the fact that they took the show. I mean, not the show, took the match off the card. I think that, like, what precedent are you setting and what message are you sending by doing this, right? Um, Especially, like, you said, as far as the Slim Jim Battle Royal, it's like we can't be out here talking about wrestlers and saying that they need to develop better stories, and then when better story is developed, you just lead them to the main event of Raw, of a random Raw. It's
And it
just
might not even main event then.
and it may not even main event. And so I think that, you know, more than just with the match and it being left off the card, I think one of the things you have to ask is, what message is this sending to the rest of the roster? You know what I mean? And especially to the women in the back, right? Because there's a bunch of people who don't have the spotlight who deserve one. and they're seeing this, and I'm pretty sure that they're watching and they're paying attention. But
Shotzi is bald headed now, and what does she got for it?
Shotzi look like me. Shotzi
Shotzi,
looks like me.
Shotzi is in her GI Jane fantasy.
Check out that
But
so
also,
pretty.
it's a Saturday now. It's like Summerslam is on a Saturday. We don't have to work on Sunday. Well, most of us don't have to work on Sunday. So you go and extend that little show.
Literally, we ain't got nothing to do the next day. But we want to know how you guys feel about Becky and Trish being left off the SummerSlam card. But this is not the only woman that is left off the card, because it seems as if Rhea Ripley, the WWE World Women's Champion, is also not having a match during SummerSlam. I want to know what you guys are feeling about the fact that the World Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, is also not on the card for SummerSlam.
You keep saying her name weird.
I do. I'm used to overpronouncing, but yeah.
Anybody who knows me on the Twitter knows that I am not a fan of Miss Ripley. She does absolutely nothing for me. But the fact that she has been women's champion since also WrestleMania and has done absolutely nothing is astounding. She has dragged Natalia about 15 times, and all of her matches end in disqualification. I don't understand it. And whatever she's doing with Raquel is interesting, but like I want Raquel to win because Rhea is flopping right now because she's too busy helping Dom do everything else. And I'm tired. I've had enough. This is not my brutality anymore. I'm tired. I just can't.
I felt that in my entire spirit. And it's like annoying too because she put on such a good match for WrestleMania. We all had high hopes. Like we all did. Like the build to it, yeah, but the match itself, I don't ever give Charlotte her flowers. Ever. Ever. Y'all know how much I can't stand Charlotte. But that match was so good. I think it was the only match from WrestleMania I actually care to rewatch and run it back. And that's the only match I have to run back because she has not defended that goddamn title. That's crazy.
Back in the day, you had 30 days to defend or you got stripped of the title. What happened?
Thank you. And it's just like, I don't mind her having the title if she does something with it. She looks great with the title. She
just jump hosts. She just be jumping hoes like Liv and Natty. She beat her into an existential crisis. Liv is just Liv.
She wants to fight the men.
She want to be a man so bad.
Basically, so honestly, if you want to go pull the China and go have her get the IC title or something like that, I don't care. Go have her do that. Cause it feels like she wants to be in men's business. Right? That's all I gather out of this. She don't really want to deal with the women. And
somebody need to hit her with the nini and say, "Come and fix these plates for these men."
You might as well. That's what But that's what I thought this was leading to. I thought for some reason a lot sooner this was going to lead to Rhea just defending Dom on his behalf and actually get into the ring with these men. Because that, again, they've been building this with this angle with them. So it's just why not just give the belt to someone else that's going to defend it? Why go out of your way to give a title a facelift and make it as pretty as it is to not be defended?
You can do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Asuka is fighting for her life on SmackDown, and Rhea just is vibing.
Literally. And it's because of a network thing or something like that. Is it because she has a great look? I'm not going to hold her. She looks great. Does she look good going to media stuff like that? With the title that they want to keep her specifically with it? Or do they just not believe in anyone else? I don't know. What do you do here? What would you do here, Jordan?
To be honest, I don't know what I would do if I was creative or I was a network. I wouldn't know what to do in this position, especially if I'm aware of the WWE product. But I'll start off with this. This is the reason why depth in a division matters. Because while I want to say something about Rhea for not defending the title for X amount of days and stomping Natalia out like she's at a Baptist church service, it's just one of those things where it's I'm looking at the Raw women's division and I don't see a lot of women who are capable of being or filling the shoes of being a world champion, right? You have this Ronda Shayna feud going on, but I feel like that needs to be dealt with on its own, and I feel like that needs to be resolved before either one of those women move up to the main event scene. By the way, I'm excited for that match, and we'll get to it later. But outside of that, I don't see anybody in the division who can be like step up and take or fill Rhea's shoes.
They also haven't given them a chance. So there's
That is
also
very true.
that, because you have Piper Niven on the roster doing literally nothing. People like Candice LeRae. I find her to be a little boring, but to each their own.
Wait, Piper's still employed? Where has she been?
Piper she's still a thing.
I'm not trying to be shady.
She's around. Chelsea
Piper's
Green
still
is funny.
employed,
She could do something, but her and Sonya are doing the best they can. I appreciate them doing what they're doing. But yeah, I guess you're right, because I'm looking at the rest of it. Like Indy Hartwell is not really making any noise. Just put the title on Maxine Dupree. That's the agenda.
Honestly?
Give it to Maxine, because she's
at least she's trying. She's doing something.
2 arm drags and a suplex. Rhea's over.
Listen, she did that little cute execution chair move. What'd you call that move that she did the other day where she
the electric chair?
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's an electric chair.
That was cute.
It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
I like
exactly.
that.
Exactly that. But Raquel is literally right there. I'm here for Raquel. I didn't used to be, but I'm kind of here for it now. Liv kind of gave her a little rub and glow up, and so now I can get with it.
But yeah, I as far as Rhea is concerned, well, you're right about Raquel. I'm here for Raquel's glow up. But as far as Rhea is concerned, I didn't see anybody kind of filling her shoes, and I think that may be a reason as to why she's not on the card. Because if you're trying to drag this, I mean, unless like Raquel is healthy now, I don't see a reason as to why you would put a match on a card with her. Now, the weird part about it is that I feel like Rhea is the most. I think her and Bianca are the most popular women on the roster. And, like, I think that Rhea has. I forgot there was like some video of Mo's favorite women's wrestler, Jordan Grace, and it was talking about her and it was like her sister. It was Jordan Grace's sister, and it was like she didn't know, and she didn't know who that her sister wrestled, but she knew who Rhea Ripley was. She knew John Cena and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley.
How you don't know your sister? Never mind.
Yeah. But I feel like when it comes to WWE, Rhea's kind of been like a crossover kind of mainstream face. I feel like over the last like 6 months, like she's had this like, I don't know, this like resurgence in the mainstream eye as just like this sex symbol.
I don't get it.
But
I
you
don't
know,
get it.
I get it.
I don't see it for her, but neckbeards and Mo apparently like to get dominated, so.
Neckbeards and Mo is crazy. No,
what?
Well, you said you was into it. I mean,
I get it for other people, not for me, but keep that over there. But I get why they like it.
But what I will say though is I feel like there wasn't a Rhea story being. I actually take that back as the whole Raquel situation, but I wish Rhea was on the card because of how popular she is and how even outside the title defenses, how much she's been doing, because she's been going down to NXT and working with those people kind of briefly.
Which doesn't make sense either.
I actually see the value in that. I actually see the value in her being down there in NXT because I feel like with the whole thing that she's doing with that, I forget her name, but
Lyra Valkyria.
Yes, Lyra. I feel like having kind of like that rub gives that story with her and JC a little bit more juice, just because I feel like JC's momentum has worn off since the Toxic Attraction debacle and whatnot. So I feel like it gives that a little bit more juice and a little bit more credibility. And it kind of gives something. It kind of gives like a little motive to Lyra. So,
but why?
You on 3 brands?
Lyra is a face anyway. So, like, what does Rhea have to do with her at all? If anything, she should have been on JC's side, who literally did what Rhea did and was like doing whatever she had to do to get ahead. They align character-wise. Her and Lyra Valkyria don't even make sense.
Yeah, one is a
not me getting on a tangent.
No, But you're right. I don't know. I for some reason I like it, and I feel like the reason
Don't defend that mess.
I
I think
like
it's
it, but
stupid. It's like the belt is on 3 brands. We see it 3 times a week, and it's still not being used properly. Like that's
And
weird to me.
she ain't took a bump in 6 months.
I'm weak.
Word.
Not 6 months, but but moving on from Rhea, let us know if Rhea Ripley should have been on this SummerSlam card, um, because some people think that she should, some people think that she shouldn't. But without further ado, we're about to get into our SummerSlam predictions. So I'm gonna read off these matches on the card, and I'm gonna start with the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. They don't obviously list all of the competitors,
It's
but
very ghetto.
some of the competitors that they have listed are LA Knight, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Chad Gable, and Otis, along with many others. I want to know what y'all feel about this, and yeah, I want to know how y'all feel about this, and who do you think is going to win?
I just think they're corny. They need to be abolished. Like what has a battle royal ever accomplished?
Literally, the
Okay,
Royal Rumble is a battle royal.
But like it's different because like at least you get a belt
You
out of
get
it.
something.
Like yeah, an opportunity to go for a belt. But like battle royals, where you get at most a trophy.
That I agree is super whack because there's literally no reason to not give them an incentive, even if it is just to feed them to Gunta or to Austin Theory. You can like literally just say you win a title shot to do something, or like you just automatically become number one contender to Seth Rollins or something. You're gonna lose, but like at least I can pretend that I care about it.
right.
Whereas now it's just like, oh, this is a money grab from Slim Jim. I don't care. LA Knight is probably not gonna win, even though everybody wants him to, and that's exactly why he's not gonna win. It's because people want him to. So it's gonna end up being somebody random like Riddick Moss is gonna win.
Riddick Moss.
He won the
Gonna
WrestleMania
happen.
one.
You did. The
Did he?
Yeah,
undefeated
but everybody
I
forgot about
definitely,
that.
I definitely didn't watch
I
that.
definitely
I
forgot
tune
about
out when
that.
I see battle royals because like
That's
there's no
because it was on
reason to care.
SmackDown. It wasn't even on WrestleMania. It
Like
was
there's
on
no reason to
SmackDown.
care for them. Like they don't matter
Wait,
in
Mo, did you
WWE and they don't matter even in AEW when they do it. Like they get like a coin chip or something. I don't know.
did
No,
you
not the
did you
casino.
did the
Yeah,
casino?
like they
I was gonna
don't.
say, did you wait, Mo? Did you give your prediction? Who you thought you was gonna win, or did you
No, because I
just?
don't care.
That makes sense. So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go. I'm trying to figure out somebody random that's not LA Knight. Tommaso Ciampa. I'm gonna go with Tommaso Ciampa,
Q-tip.
Is
and
Bronson Reed in it?
you mean Big Bronson
Yeah,
Reed?
excuse me, Big Bronson Reed.
The
Big
thick one?
Bronson Reed.
Yeah. I mean,
They,
Bronson Reed do a little something for me, so I'm not even gonna hold y'all.
I'm weak. I
That's
do
a
I
new
can see
one.
sometimes.
Bronson. I can see Bronson winning.
That's a new
I
one.
can see Bronson winning as well. I can see Bronson winning, but I'm gonna go with Tommaso Ciampa. But
I'm a,
speaking,
I'm gonna lock in Bronson as my choice.
Mo, you got to pick somebody.
What are my options again? I had Nakamura, Bronson,
Yeah, LA Knight, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Chad Gable, and Otis are just some of the participants.
a bunch of
Oh,
nobody. Well, actually, not Nakamura's not a nobody. I guess Bronson Reed only makes sense just because, like, I think they like him, but they just haven't done nothing with him yet.
Yeah,
But I think like
yeah.
he's
that's
like a bowl by Triple H, right? Right. So I
yeah.
feel like they probably would give it to him if not LA Knight.
Gable
Yeah.
probably could win too after his little showing with Gunta on Monday.
You and this pronunciation of this name.
That's yes, Guntah.
Um,
All right, I'm gonna go with
um,
Bronson Reed. I'm gonna bite off his answer.
say less. We're gonna move on to the next match, which is Gunta versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Who do we have in this match?
I'm going all in on Gunta, the ring general, only because I feel like they want him to break that Honky Tonk Man record real bad. It's probably going to be some Imperium shenanigans so that Drew McIntyre doesn't look like the flop that he has been since forever.
Got it.
But I do think that, I know I slid that in there. I do think that Gunta is going to win. They love Gunta.
Gunta. I like how like the more you say it, there's more of an emphasis on the last syllable.
Gunta!
On Gunta.
Yeah.
Gunta. Listen, I was banging his theme all day at work today. I was going through it with that classical.
Banging Imperium is crazy. Like what?
Nah. If you over here casually listen to the Imperium theme song, you need Christ.
Listen, I was ready
For
to fight.
real.
Hit somebody with a cello. I was ready.
Where would you get the cello?
Don't ask
Please.
too many questions. Don't ask too many questions. Just know that I have resources.
Mo, who do you have for this match? Because
I'm gonna say it right, Gunta.
Mm-hmm.
Gunta. I'm gonna go with Gunta.
Yes, they come from here. Gunta.
A Gunta. I'm crying. Okay. I'm gonna go with Gunta because I feel like he's not losing that belt. He's not losing that belt until something significant enough happens. And to be honest, Drew has not felt significant as a species to me in a while. And it's not because I don't like him. It's just that like there's no ammo behind him. Like there really isn't. Like he's like credible enough to where like he could lose and you don't really feel that bad because you know he deep down inside he has a great resume. But it's just like I don't see them caring to do something with him. Like Gunta is really hot right now. He's been really hot. You know what I mean? He's just the it guy. And I feel like Drew's time was when they had Clash at the Castle. And I feel like after that it was just like whatever. Like
this also feels kind of like, and I don't mean this like in a shady way, but it feels like this is beneath him in a way. Like he should be beefing with Seth Rollins. Like he needs to be up in that division. I feel like being Intercontinental Champion is kind of like below him right now. Even though he hasn't done anything since he was WWE Champion the last time. Which sometimes I forget that he even ever was one.
he needs to start from the bottom, go for like the 24/7 title or something. Like
not get it out the trash can.
He just hasn't done anything for me. Like not a thing. And it's not that I don't like him. I do. He puts on really good matches. I just don't think that they see anything salvageable with him at this point. And
he needs to go back to being heel for real.
Yeah.
Because him as a face is bland.
Some people just suck at being a face.
And he is one of them.
Well, what do you think, Jordan?
I'm going to go with Gunta. So I'm going to tell you,
you got to put the emphasis. It got to come from your soul.
Hold on. Before I put the emphasis. So the way that Mo was saying it was so funny because she really sounded like a New York bird. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with Gunta. You see the hand? This is the hand that Mo had when she said Gunta. So I'm gonna go with Gunta. Is that how you say it? Gunta? Is Gunta how you say? I'm saying it. I'm putting the emphasis on the ta and Gunta. Am I saying Gunta?
Yo, leave me alone.
Like, yo, I think it sound like she was fresh out of Uptown. Gunta.
You gotta hear the whole Samantha Irvin intro in your head when you say it. Right. You gotta go through the whisper of Ludwig. Yeah, you gotta go through Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. You have to go through all of that first to get to Gunta. You have to feel the force of 10,000 German soldiers.
Crying. I expected to laugh. I expect to cry.
But I'm gonna go with Gunter. I think that he's gonna break the record for longest Intercontinental Championship.
Is he close?
I think he is. He's really. He's like 40 days away.
Okay, he needs to break it and then lose immediately because I'm tired of year-plus long championship reigns. I'm over it.
Really? Why?
Because it's boring. I was ready for Bianca to lose after she broke the record. I needed her to break the record first, and then I needed her to lose immediately. And they did that for me.
Which is plausible. But keep going, Mo. Keep going.
No, I was saying, like, how did you feel about Roman then? Because
I'm tired. That title doesn't even exist to me anymore because he's had it for so long. It's just like he's Roman and he's got the title. It's just like I don't care anymore. Like I've lost all.
So even if it tells a story, like even if the belt really tells a story, you didn't need to wrap it up.
The way my attention span is set up.
I felt that.
It's like,
Okay.
okay, just because now at this point, and again, getting ahead of myself, when Roman loses, whenever that needs to be, he just needs to retire. He just needs to be done forever.
Oh
Because
my
where does he
god.
go? Where does he go from there?
You can't go anywhere from where he is right now. To be honest, there is nothing higher. Like,
That's
and that's
true.
a very very valid point. But yeah,
Damn.
Gunter. But
We was all
the
on the same page.
we
Gunta,
was
the ring general, Gunta.
Gunta.
next match is
Make me sing that theme song. You ain't ready?
I'm not.
Her. Her.
Next match is Ricochet versus Logan Paul. Who do we have?
Oh, my baby daddy, my problematic baby. I
Wait,
love
which
Logan
one?
Paul, y'all. I'm
They both
I'm I'm sorry.
problematic.
Listen, I can't. I love Logan Paul. I don't care.
And I'm in the same
I
boat as you, to be
do
honest.
not care. Logan Paul he took to this like a fish to water. He is eating and he's gonna win because what he looked like losing to Ricochet. Stop. The match is gonna bang, but really, Rico and
I
his Dougie ain't it for me.
not the
Rico and
doggy.
his
Not
doggy.
the doggy.
He even pulled y'all saw him. He busted Dougie on was it on Raw when he came out and was on stage when she announced him. He hit a little something, and I
That was
was
a
like, "This is why you need to get punched again."
that wasn't a Dougie. That was a Douglas. That was a, that was a formal. That was a Douglas.
A Douglas Yancey funny.
Oh my
A
god.
Douglas.
Not a
But
Douglas.
anyway, Mo, who do you
Not
got?
a Douglas. I'm always team Logan Paul when you put him in any scenario. Like, I love him. I'm sorry. Like, I understand he's messy outside, but focusing on him in the ring, like, how can you not like him? He's just good in general. He's a
He looks like
great
a
bait.
star.
He does. He does. He's in shape. Like you said, he took to the wrestling. He's super athletic. Like, he could do anything. Like, honestly, and then I just feel like it helps with the fact that even that people do hate him in real life because anything that he does that's heelish, like it just fits even better. Like
Hmm.
it fits. I love it, and I feel like I know that they're throwing him these people just to build up his resume and stuff like that while he does outside things. But I feel like when we pack up like this Roman Reigns shit or whatnot, you want to put focus on someone else who like the crowd already takes to. You could invest in Logan. Like you
I mean,
could
his win
like
loss record is garbage if you really think about it. He's lost every match except for the one with the Miz.
it is, but he has for real he has. But it's just like he's so credible and likable. Like not that many people come in and feel like a star. You know what I mean?
Very true.
He's just so good. So I just feel like even if you hate him as a person, you could like I totally get that. But it's just like you have to like appreciate the hustle. Like he's not one of those people who are just a fan and like oh I gotta like them because oh I want to be a wrestler too when I grew up when I like no he like literally just like took it soaked it in took it seriously and like he outperforms every single match like when I think he can't get any better he pulls out something that I never thought this man could pull off like there's people
And
that can go ahead.
I'm here for a man that will bust a full split. I'm here for that.
Word
I'm here for that.
and I'm so excited after like seeing like that whole little spot they had in the Royal Rumble. That was like the highlight of the whole entire men's like Royal Rumble. Like I'm excited to see what else they're gonna do. You got two athletic
His
motherfuckers in the ring.
one thing that he needs to improve on. He needs to get with whoever makes that Ms. Maurice gear. He needs to get with that person or the Seth Rollins gear.
You don't
He
like
needs
the
to get with
black and yellow?
Makazi because his gear is garbage for him to have that much money. It is so create a wrestler before you unlock anything.
Creative.
I don't like
Creator
it.
wrestlers. I
I
actually
don't
kind of
like
like
it.
it.
It's so plain Jane. It's like I need more. Put a Prime logo on it or something. I don't know.
A
Prime logo
prime
is nuts.
logo is really nasty. Like on that type of gear, where you gonna put it? Where you gonna put the flag?
Right
Right on
across
the
the
side.
cheeks. Right across the cheeks. Like a Juicy Couture jumpsuit.
Just a prime bottle.
Get off
Just
of get off
right
this
across the
podcast.
cheeks.
Not juicy
Why would-
couture. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say it's so interesting. Like you mentioned the win-loss record of Logan Paul. It's so funny because I didn't even consider that because anytime Logan has stepped in the ring, it's been a star-making performance. And that's how wrestling is supposed to be. You're supposed to be so caught up in the moment that you like there was no winner and a loser. Like And I feel like for Logan, because his star making moments were more important than the fact that he won or that he lost the match, I think it speaks volumes of his potential in pro wrestling. As it pertains to the outcome of this match, though, I think that Logan Paul's going to win it. I actually think that if Logan Paul wins, Ricochet needs to turn heel because the face thing isn't working for him as well. I think that, and on top of that, his theme song knocks way too hard for him to not be a bad guy. Like it has too much sazon in it for him to
But his
just be like
move set is too nice
he
to
could
be
listen.
healed. What is he gonna do? To pull a Neville, will Pack, and just start like shooting star pressing on people in the spine?
I mean,
While
that
they
could
face
work.
down on the mat.
That could work if he took out the
That could work.
flips. If he did like minimize the flips a little bit, then yeah. But he's gonna
Then
have to pop
what else
out.
he got? What else he got?
I didn't get that far.
He's gonna have to stay our corny cousin that we love, but we don't really want to take him anywhere.
Right.
But grandma say, "Carry with you." So
But
you gotta
Ricochet, you have
carry
to.
with you.
It's bad because the analogy is perfect. But
Yeah, he's corny, but it's like, but because Ricochet, like at its very core, is a nerd. He just is a nerd who happens to also be hot, but it doesn't connect because he doesn't
can't
have
see him as
hot
hot.
confidence.
After that picture of him with the perm that I found, I can't see him the way I used to see him.
Or the picture of his butthole.
The perm.
Am I allowed to say that? What is this
yes,
podcast rated?
I mean, you said it, so
you might have to.
You're allowed to say it.
And then this is like around the time he was with Tessa, and then I just think about the chin being used.
Oh, come on, the crimson chin. We love that.
Right.
He definitely
Right.
upgraded because
We love a
Samantha
pecker.
is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha is bad, so he definitely upgraded. So he might not be that corny. He might have some tricks.
The world got some tricks.
Now he was with Casey for a long time. I know he got tricks.
Oh, he loves a strong chin on a woman.
All right.
Samantha, the first one with a little slight chin. I'm sorry.
Speaking of strong, the next match is Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match. Who do we have for this? I don't think it's like this is gonna be a hard one to figure out. Ronda's leaving after this. I think that Shayna is gonna win, but I want to know how y'all feel.
I want to see Shayna whoop her ass so bad. They need to have made this that stupid match that they kept doing with like Riddle and them, the one with like the pit, the fight pit. They should have done that. And they need to let Shayna be the Shayna that when we first got, where she was biting people and acting a fool.
Oh,
I need
like
that Shayna. No, I don't.
that?
But I just want to see Ronda get dragged.
You want vampire Shayna back? That's
I
crazy.
want her to chew her whole arm off. I want her to pull a Victoria from back in the day when she used to bite people's fingernails off.
I forgot she did that.
Off.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
she used to bite Tori Wilson fingernails clean off. Spit them.
Oh my God.
I need Shayna to be ravenous, and then I need her to beat Ronda so bad they have to carry her out. I do not want to see her walk out of this match and feel like, oh well, Shayna could have lost. No, I need her to win decisively.
I'm weak,
but I agree. No, I agree. Just because, okay, I feel like it could be comedic, but the way he just said it could be comedic. But on a more serious note, I just feel like this could be Shayna's like moment, because. Let's run it back. She was supposed to really have her moment like 2 Royal Rumbles ago, but then Charlotte snatched that away from her and shit like that. And then we never got to see Shayna the way she should have been presented. She's been glued to tag teams that she didn't need to be in. Like she didn't need to be in a tag team in NXT. She was that girl. She had two lackeys. Like she was that girl. She was the bully.
All about them.
Right. Like she was a bully. She was bullying bitches left and right. And then after the whole thing with losing to Becky, she kind of just like fell into the background. She felt like everybody else, and it's crazy because she's a legitimate fighter. She's probably the most legitimate fighter on that whole roster.
Scary.
For real. Like I would never want to get into it with Shayna. What? If we get into it, girl, you got it. Like I'm not
a whole
trying...
stud too.
Right. I'm not trying to find out about that. Like, I'm not. And it's just like it's sad because when you look at her, we don't really like find her to be scary and intimidating anymore. You know?
I do, honestly.
Well, I mean, in real life, yes, but in terms of the roster, the way they presented her for so long, I didn't like that, and I didn't like the fact that she had to be glued to Ronda in order to even like give her her own spotlight to make things happen. Because to be honest, she was always that girl. But if we gotta package it this way and kill two birds with one stone and get Ronda the fuck up out of here, and not for real, and give Shayna the strap, I'm with it. I want to see the
Oh,
reign of
you know she
terror.
good with that.
Oh, word. And I'm trying to find out about that. But pause.
Oh, but you didn't want Rhea though.
I'll take Shayna for real. And I've been said this before.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going there. We're going there. But
I mean, she cooked Ronda in that very first promo. She cooked Ronda and left nothing behind. Fricasseed her in that first promo, and I was sold from there.
Smoked her.
I was
word.
sold.
Word.
Not Rhea. Shayna smoked that woman.
But
Broke
I'm
her
here
off
for
some
the
stupid-
reign of terror of Shayna. Like she needs to run through these bitches, including Rhea.
like she did in NXT.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And you know what? That'd be a perfect. If I ever care to see a double champion, that would be worth it. That would make sense down the line. I wouldn't mind if that was Shayna. If
But
she
not
just
for very
always
long. Give her a month with the
a
double
month
title,
with
and
two
then
belts, a month with two belts. Come on, do not hear yourself.
Becky didn't last that long. Becky only had the two belts for a month.
Because Becky can't have an
did.
interesting match. I'm sorry.
Before Charlotte and Lacey got in that behind.
Oh my god,
That's a fact. I remember that.
I forgot
But
about that. Was she our first double champion?
Moving on to the, huh?
No, was she our first double champion for the women?
Yeah, and
I
only.
think so.
Oh, wow.
She had the merch. She had all the merch to prove it. But anyway,
I mean,
moving
technically,
on.
I guess Michelle, because she unified the titles.
She unison.
Yeah, she's about to say unisex the title.
I mean,
that too. But moving on to the next match, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
wait, did you pick?
Did I pick? Yeah, I picked Shayna.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We
You're
went on a
good.
tangent.
Look at being fair. I love this.
But
Feel the fair king.
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Who do we have?
They're still going at it? Oh my god.
They're still going at it.
Deacon Brother Rhodes of the Baptist Episcopal Church. He's probably gonna win. I think, didn't Brock win last time? Question mark?
Yes. Yeah. Cody
Oh, yeah.
won, Brock won one. So
Brother
one
Cody's
one.
gonna win. Brother Deacon Rhodes is gonna win because Brock humbled him in front of his mama, who Mo said looked like Peggy Hill and had me messed. Wait, was that you or was that Taryn who said she
No,
looked like
that
Peggy
was
Hill?
that was definitely Taryn.
My bad. I'm getting my bad bitches
Taryn
mixed
be
up.
coming up with things that no one would ever think of.
She said looked like Peggy Hill, and I was weak. But yeah, I feel like Deacon Brother Rhodes has cut so many promos and been about it through a broken arm and everything. Just let him win and let him have something, and then maybe he'll stop talking so much.
It's the about it for me.
It's just what do you think they do with
yes.
this?
I am of the people. I am from the streets, homie.
I love this, but I don't know. What are they particularly doing with Cody here? That they had to keep this one program going.
They don't have nothing else for him to do.
It's just like, I understand why we sacrificed him for Roman, but it's just like, what did Cody get out of this that I'm, as a fan, supposed to be still invested in him for?
He has a fun theme song people like to sing.
He does.
And that's all I got.
You're not wrong.
That's what I got.
What do we have long term for Cody?
I feel like he's one of those people where it's just like just because he left to go and like find himself and start AEW, that they're giving him a lot more credit than I feel like is deserved. Honestly. And maybe that's a hot take. I feel like Cody is a very, as to quote my fave of all time, Stephanie McMother, he is a solid B plus for me.
You're not. I mean, a B plus.
A B plus player.
A
I would give him
solid
B
B
plus.
plus.
I would give him an A minus. I would give him an A minus, but it sucks because it's just like it's weird how they made him seem like he made it in that little documentary thing that they had with him
Oh, I
and
didn't
Triple
watch
H.
that.
Well, you saw the little clip that was going around, and like he made it seem like he went here to like live his dreams, and then
You
Triple
said,
H
don't
told him,
edit this part. Like, Cody,
right,
shut
like
up.
he made it a big deal. And it's like you took the fattest L at WrestleMania, and you didn't get like a rematch. You just kind of moved
Didn't
on
get
to
your lick
Brock.
back at all.
Not at all. So it's just like it's. I don't know. It's weird. I'm in a weird place with Cody. I still believe in him, but I'm not following the story about what am I supposed to do with this year. I'm
Jesus
gonna
will
choose
make a
him
way
to
for our
win,
brother.
right? Like
Cody Luther King Jr. is always going to make a way.
First of
all
all,
right,
Cody Luther King Jr. is still a very much an unhinged
Del Lopez
name.
because he's Cuban. You can't forget the Cuban part.
No,
We
not
got
the
a
Cuban
biracial
part.
king.
Not Fidel. Not Fidel. Not
Rhodes.
Fidel Rhodes. But here's what I will say. I think Cody's gonna win this match because it's the rubber match between Cody and Brock. I think there's a couple things that are at play here. Number one, technically the story and the feud wasn't actually long because it got broken up because it was like Cody and Brock's first two matches, and then for some reason Cody and Dominic got into it, and then as Cody was like, all right, I'm over Dominic and I won one time against Brock, let me go into the next match, and then Brock's music hit and it's like, wait a minute, I'm triggered, let me deal with this before I go after the titles. So I understand why the Cody and Brock thing is happening again. um, I still think that they're trying to keep Cody and Roman like separate as far as like story is concerned until it's Mania 40, or it's like till the lead up of Mania 40. And I also feel like Brock wants to put Cody over because I'm watching this feud and Brock is over here taking bumps. Brock,
Unhinged.
and I'm just like you didn't take these bumps for Braun Strowman, but you're taking it for Cody. Like,
That
Who?
man don't want to work anymore.
but
Who?
I'm weak. Not who, but I don't know. I feel like
You know,
they
they
just
are booking Cody like you're playing solo mode in universe mode in 2K.
that's a fact.
Where it's like, oh, he's gonna be in like 5 matches. Oh, but we forgot he's in a rivalry with Roman. I mean with Brock. So finish that. Oh wait, no, but he's gonna fight like the Miz tomorrow, but then he's also gonna fight like Grayson Waller randomly, and it's just like, wait, what are you doing? Where's this going? Like most times, like, why do I care? He's gonna come out and he's gonna hit us with a 25-minute promo, and I'm gonna lose interest 30 seconds in, and he's gonna have a quick little match, and he's gonna struggle a little bit more than he needs to against like a random, and then he's gonna hit 3 crossroads and it's gonna be over.
And a Cody cutter.
Yeah, and the little kick.
The little kick is nuts. But
The
yeah, I
little
got Cody
kick.
and I have Cody in that match. But moving on to the next match, we have the triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship between Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte Flair. Who do we have here?
The only match I'm really kind of making noise for, honestly. Because Char is gonna cook at SummerSlam always, and Bianca's gonna cook always, and Asuka is going to probably do her best. And I don't mean that in a shady way. They just treat Asuka real nasty.
They do. They do
They
treat her
treat
real bad.
Asuka real nasty. So I do not know if she's gonna win or not, because they could just be like, you know what, Charlotte, you got this little streak going, 6-0 at SummerSlam. Let's make it 7. Because it's Charlotte. And she's going to be champion for 5 business days, and then she's going to lose on SmackDown back to Asuka, and then Io is going to cash in and then beat Asuka again. So Asuka looks extra crazy. Bianca is just there, and Charlotte is just like, I'm going on vacation again. That is convoluted, but y'all can see it happening. I know you can.
Funny thing is, I was listening to this and I was like, wait a minute, this could happen. And I'm a mark it. But Mo, what do you feel about this?
I
Who do
feel
you
like
feel
Bianca's there to eat the pin. Personally,
Mm.
it's either going to Asuka or Charlotte. Do I see Charlotte taking a vacation? I had to think about that.
She take a vacation every 2 or 3 weeks.
That's a fact.
She does. She does. What's the long? How long has she been back since?
About 2 months.
About
She
two
been.
months.
She said I'm gonna do a little summer bid and then I'm out.
A summer
It's but
bid.
she said it's supposed to be cold outside. Oh no, I'm gone.
Going with my man. Going with my man.
She gonna pack up her bodysuits and she's out.
All them Amazon body stockings. Yes, 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 yes. I think I'm gonna go with Asuka, and I see Bianca taking the pin. I don't see Charlotte taking the pin. I feel like they just wouldn't do that to her. I don't know. I
But
can't
Bianca
see.
hasn't been pinned in a really long time, aside from Asuka cheating.
But you can't be mad if you pin Bianca because she's a former champion. And I feel like they just wouldn't do that to Charlotte because it's Charlotte.
True. Or some shenanigans.
Right.
Do we think EO will do anything?
I don't.
I don't think so.
Maybe a little tease, her and Pam.
They don't got time for that. They cut out Trish and fucking.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I
True. I forgot. I forgot we running a tight ship.
like that was more than enough women for them for the whole entire day. Nah.
They said two more.
No.
We do not need to see EO and Pam. That is a hard pass.
Not EO and Yamala, but
Yes, we love Pam.
Not back to Yamala.
But I think actually Charlotte's gonna get the pin over Asuka, but I think that it's gonna happen in a way that makes Bianca more frustrated because that's been kind of like the increasing trend.
Charlotte always in her damn way.
Yeah, like Charlotte always in her way, and like Bianca always being so close, and then something gets in the way that wasn't supposed to be in the way, and then now it's like I had this match, and now I don't have it because of Charlotte, who shouldn't have even been here in the first place.
The plight of a black woman.
And I feel like that's all going to lead to Bianca finally turning heel. So I feel like Charlotte is going to actually like win, pin Asuka, and then that's going to lead to the inevitable Bianca Belair heel turn.
I feel like turning her heel is such a mistake. Everybody loves her so much.
Everybody
Bianca?
does, but I feel yes, but I
just feel like it's getting worn out. I think that people are like not taking to it. I feel like the kids love it, but I don't think the adults are feeling it anymore because it's just like.
But the kids is the ones spending money though.
They are.
The parents are spending money.
That's true.
To tell their little children to shut up.
But I was gonna also say, I feel like they're trying to turn Bianca heel because I feel like that's what they wanted to do with John a while, like when they could have, and they.
Oh, you're talking about Super Cena?
Yeah, they couldn't turn him heel, and there was a little sweet spot where they could have done something, but they didn't. This is the little sweet spot where Bianca can turn heel, and now she has something a little bit more refreshing to hold her until the next face run because it's inevitable. But
I feel like she doesn't even have to necessarily be heel. She can just like not care anymore, and she already is kind of in that route. Like when she told Adam, like, I'm trying to listen to you and be cool, but you playing. And that's just kind of like, that's real. I don't even think that's like heel tactics. It's just like Adam be acting a fool. Adam had me tight all the time. Like somebody I want to fight for real. I want to fight Adam Pearce.
For somebody who don't want to fight for real. But all right, so we got Charlotte across the board. Now we're getting into the Asuka. Don't call her Asuka. But
Missed.
But now we're going into our 2 championship matches. First, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, World Heavyweight title on the line. Who do we have?
Honestly, I don't know. This is like one of the only ones where I'm kind of like, it could be anybody. Because Rhea's strong back ass and Damian Priest gonna be out there. And Seth just is an agent of chaos. So he can just do anything. But Finn has been in that ass for like a month and a half. And I feel like he's gonna lose. Just to really be like, oh, you tried. Oh, you tried. And that's the punishment for him for switching from trunks to those long pants. He deserves to lose for that alone. And I stand on that.
I agree.
Who do
Concur.
you have?
As much as I wanted to stay with Seth, I feel like with the direction they're going with Judgment Day, like I feel like they're like really capitalizing on them. Because like you have these people again featured on every single brand. I feel like there's an agenda with them, and it's like if Finn loses here, what else do you do with him? So, for real, every situation they try building him up to make him feel important or to make this demon come out or whatever the hell, he flops. So it's just like, is he at any point going to get something, anything?
Mm.
For real. And they try bringing out this different, edgier side of him since dealing with Sev. So it's just like, again, what's the point of even putting him in the faction if he's not even gonna like gain anything out of it? He couldn't get shit by himself. Now I'm just saying, he's fighting with demons and shit like that, and he's still not getting nothing. You with a whole faction and everyone else eating but you.
He doesn't even
I'm,
feel like the leader of the faction either, which is I think is supposed to be his role. He just kind of feels like he's there.
that's embarrassing. How you a mythical creature, you still can't run your own faction? I'm just saying. Like he kind of is. I feel like if he loses this, then I'm just marking him off as
Hang
useless
it up.
because literally pack it up. Hey, pack it up because I don't know what's your purpose here, bro. Like I can't. Like what do you do? What do you do?
Unless he loses, like he lost the last one where he was like, where there was like some miscue with him and Damien in the briefcase. I could see some kind of shenanigans like that happening again.
We don't need any more shenanigans. He needs
Maybe,
to
but they don't
win.
really need to beef because they just need to stay together. So they just need to work it out. But he is the only one who doesn't have a title or something to carry besides that purple ivory scarf he been rocking.
Ivory
Exactly.
Scar.
Ivory is mother, and he knows.
I think Finn is gonna win. I think
Yes.
Finn is gonna win. I feel like Mo kind of pointed it out. Judgment Day is everywhere, and I think it's because when they saw what was happening with the not the Judgment Day. When they saw what was happening with the Bloodline, they understood that there was a formula of factions plus some form of long-term storytelling. Now, obviously, the Bloodline isn't together anymore. That is what that is. However, outside of the Bloodline, the hottest complete faction in WWE is probably Judgment Day. And so you want to capitalize off of that momentum. And there's already a story between Finn and Seth where Finn has to get his lick back because of what
Been
happened.
beefing for 7 years. That's crazy.
Get your lick
Beefing for
back.
7 years.
A one-sided beef for 7 years. It's crazy.
I was about to say the same thing. It's not even static. It's not even beef. You just don't like me, and that's it.
I felt that.
Seth done got married, had a kid, and, he's just
and
like,
laugh
"Oh,
at you
don't
all
like
the
me."
time.
Right? Just for fun. But I think that the fact that they've had like this little story, the 7 year story, and over the past since Seth got the world title, I think somewhere it was reported that he defended it like 17 times. So like
That's wild.
it's time, and like we know that face runs aren't necessarily the most eventful. So I feel like this is the time for him to lose. Hold on, this is the time for him to lose. And
I wouldn't be mad at that, honestly. I don't care one way or the other, and not like in an apathetic way. It's like either way, I'd be like, cool.
The match won't eat anyways. I just really want Seth to do something, anything. Like after him losing at WrestleMania, I almost about given up on him. Cause like again, like what do you do?
I really just want to see what Seth gonna have on.
Right? Could he be
I
Ian?
want him to come with a 40-inch bust down,
Right.
bone
Honestly,
straight,
he can handle
bust
it.
down is nasty
He
work.
can handle it. And he needs to like drag to the ground when he walks, and he needs to take off extensions.
and then just
It would
swing
be
it around.
Right.
it would be tough. It would be tough if he had like some type of remix gear from the day that him and Finn had the match at SummerSlam. I
Oh,
think
when he
that would be
messed up
kinda
his
cool.
shoulder.
Yeah, when he messed up his shoulder. When he made him do the shoulder lean.
He
But
just need to wear Finn's outfit in general.
that
just,
would be
just bust out a whole demon outfit
with the red and the black with the face paint. That would be
and
OD.
just cackle the whole way down.
All that, I'll be tight. I'll be
Oh.
sick for Finn. I would want Finn to win heavily off of that.
Just for the
I
disrespect.
hope he does.
Just
that.
for the disrespect. Just because that's just OD.
He should.
But moving on to the last match of the night
Mm.
in tribal combat. For the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, we have the champion Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Who do y'all have?
Let me say this first and foremost. I want to see every one of them. For all that we've had to endure hours and hours of this content, I need them to bring Tamina, Nia Jax, the Wild Samoans. They need to dig up Yokozuna and Umaga. I want the bones around the ringside. I need everybody to show up and get information for this mess. I need it to be one of them like Ring of Fire Jet Li things where it's like fire and people around and just pushing and shoving. I need all that. Them like beating drums. I need all of it. But I say all that to suggest that Jay is going to get spanked.
That's the real reason. That's the real reason why Trish and Becky are on the show for this.
They need
for Nia Jax.
Yes, for Nia Jax to be Nia Jax and to mother to show up, bad knees and all, to be here for this. I need The Rock's mother to show up. I need everybody to be there. He not coming. The Rock isn't coming, so don't even extend the invitation. He's not coming.
Rikishi.
Yes, Rikishi and his peroxide can be there. Just, yes, all of them. Backing it up, twerking, bring out Scotty and Too Cool. But Jay, I feel like, is going to lose because they're making it too hype that he's going to win. And I just can't see him having a Kofi Mania moment. I just don't see it for him. As much as I would like to see it for him, I just don't. Because Roman, as a troll, is very funny to me. I wish he still was like older Roman, where he used to talk smack the whole time. My arm is extra big. It used to kill me. Roman used to be so out of pocket.
He really was. He had a fun time in the pandemic.
I see him retaining and Paul Heyman finally giving birth to their child because he has been acting like a battered spouse for too long now.
Not a battered spouse. But Mo, who do you got?
I feel like if Jay doesn't win, then what are we doing here? What was the whole point of this? Like,
hang it up.
They really need to wrap this up. Like, you couldn't get The Rock, so if you can't get The Rock, you need to end this story by helping somebody else. So
get the Pebble. Bring Ava Rain up.
Nah, she needs to stay over there until she knows how to take a bump in the right direction. She needs to stay over there.
Roman's real ender is Ava Rain.
She needs to understand physics before she comes up to the main roster. We're not doing this.
And
she also needs to learn how to shut her mouth completely before she comes up to the main roster. I'm not doing this.
Mo, wait. This man just called her the Pebble.
Yes, the Pebble. Yes, honey.
I'm not doing the Pebble.
He's not The Rock. She's the Pebble.
She's coming out. Just picture it. It's gonna be like "Love Is Blind" or whatever that Schism theme song is. And she's gonna come. She's gonna come running out there like in that. Like when she ran up on Ivy. It's over for Roman. I fear.
Mo, you said Roman's gonna win.
No, I feel like you need to just give it to Jay and just pack this up already. Like, I can't. Like, if The Rock not coming, and that's it. Like, that's it. No, I'm saying, because what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Give it to Jay. Please, pack this up.
Can we see Jay in a Kofi situation? I feel like it doesn't even feel the same for me.
I don't think Jay is... I would love to see Jay win the title, but I honestly think that Roman's going to win. I think that this is kind of the end of Jay Mania. I don't know what he's going to do next, but I do feel like they're going to try and not salvage Roman, but like have Roman win in order to bring this title until next year's Mania. But
oh God, please, can't. I don't want to do that.
But yeah.
I think he has to hurt Jay so that he goes away for a long time. Him and Jimmy have to go away just for a while and come back. Also, that just made me realize that there's not a tag title. Oh, because Kevin Owens is hurt. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tangent, sidebar.
No, you're fine. I feel like the only way that you can make me not like hate this is if Solo is the reason why Roman got it. Like, if you still build an angle, with Solo, just so I could like not see Roman that much, like, I just want to. You need to shift the attention away from him.
I can see that though.
No,
Roman said, "I'm going on vacation solo. You handle my light work."
That's OD.
To be honest, it could work. I need a break from seeing Roman. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's like you dragged out to Mania. I'm not gonna care. I'm not.
But that's what I was saying earlier. It just doesn't feel like like it just him. He has the title, and it's just like it doesn't mean anything to me anymore.
Right.
No.
But I think that's the last. That's the last match of the card. So, but for those of you who are on the interwebs, let us know your SummerSlam predictions.
You forgot the
all
real
that.
main event: me and Mo in a paddle and a pole match.
Absolutely.
It's the real main event.
Absolutely the hell not. But I think that concludes our show.
It's giving hater.
For real.
No. I will not allow this to
your
happen.
shirt wearing pink. It's okay.
It's giving
The girls who got it,
jealous.
Jeff, no. Absolutely.
And the niggas that don't.
I'm weak. But thank y'all. First of all, Gerard, thank you so much for pulling up. You said Gerard.
Who? I don't know who that is.
Why
You're not gonna Rhea Ripley me.
I'm weak. My apologies. But thank you so much for coming on the show, bro. I really, really appreciate it.
You're not gonna try to say it again, correctly?
I'm not, because I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
You said it right the first time. When we started, you said it right.
I did? I'm an idiot. We're gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna blame the fact that I'm a heterosexual man. But thank y'all so much for joining this episode. We'll see y'all on the space for SummerSlam. Also, I have to pee really bad. So, we'll see y'all next week.
Later, taters.